The Deadwalker zombies for Warhammer Quest Cursed City are the best zombie miniatures ever designed by any games company, bar none, hands down, end the story, forever and ever. Now that clickbaity introduction is out of the way, I'm going to tell you why I really like the Deadwalker zombies. First and foremost, they're a combination of zombie and scenery. Oh, what up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug in my never-ending quest to get a free copy of Warhammer Quest Cursed City from Games Workshop. Today we're going to be talking about the latest article on the Warhammer community website, which focuses on the Deadwalker zombies. Now, these are all people that lived and died in Ofinkarn, which is in the realm of death, or Shaish. And because Ofinkarn itself is so close to the nadir of Shaish, whatever that is, sheesh, it is infused with black necromantic magic, which makes it really easy for the dead to pop out of their graves. That's the lore between these, behind these zombies. There are just as many undead walking the streets as there are living people. Why are there even living people in this city? There is a flippin' maniac vampire hunting the living in the daytime, and you've got zombies doing the creepy crawly monster mash at night. It makes no sense. Anyways, we're here to talk about the miniatures, so let's do that. I've taken a close-up look at the 5 zombies that have been released in the article, and I found some interesting details on them. Like this guy, he's got roots coming out of his eye sockets and his mouth, and they're all wrapped around his body. You can see his wife or somebody close to him bought him a bouquet of roses and left them on his grave, but then he decided to climb out. And then you have that bell. I mean, look at all these details that you don't even see unless you really zoom in like I have and take a look at all of the details. That bell was for people who were not yet dead. This was before embalming. It was connected to a string. You could ring it, and then they would know that there's somebody alive still in the grave. Here's the second zombie. Oh, look, she's got a string of pearls around her neck. She was a fancy lady, and she also has that, it looks like a pendant at the end. And she was shackled, and looks like, oh man, she's got a stake through her heart. So weird and macabre and gross, but look at the way the hair falls. Look at how her hands and fingers were designed. I love how those fingers look like their hand is just like a claw. The knobby knees and the way the legs are barely holding that zombie up. You can really tell there's a sense of movement, that there is a shuffling and unbalanced gait to these miniatures. Here's one. He's got the hangman's noose around his neck. He's got that padlock on his grave that he's taking with him. He's got 2 padlocks. Oof. Look at that. And on top of his grave, he's got not only some dirt and vegetation, but also there's a parchment, a letter written up there, and then a little tree. Look at all this detail, you guys. There has never been this much detail in a zombie force. And you could tell they really went to town with designing and packing in as much extra bits and doodads as they could. It's going to make it a lot more fun if you're just a painter and you're interested to paint. If you're more of a gamer and you don't care about all this stuff, look at that crow with the eyeball. If you're not interested in all of this little extra detail, then this is definitely going to be a chore, but still, this is so much fun. And one day, who knows, you might decide that you want to get into the painting side of it. Look, he's got a little mustache and that face. Oh, are those roots coming out of his arms or just worms? Yeah, those look like roots. This game has some just knock it out of the park standout miniatures for the heroes and the villains. But when you take a look at the models for these regular zombies, and you see the detail and the thought that went into how do we make this model stand so that it's leaning in a certain direction, so that when we design the coffin lid on their back, the angles for all of the pieces on top of that coffin lid draw the eye a certain way. Look at her head wrap and the roses again growing up. All of the metal spike pieces there. Another lock right at the top. So of course you're gonna get a bunch of them in the Warhammer Quest Cursed City box. But the question I have is, would you pay $30 for a box of 10 or 20 of these on their own If they were made available for Age of Sigmar, had their own rules and everything, would you be interested in buying them to paint them up and play them? Let me know what you think, and thanks so much for watching, you guys. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that like button, as we YouTubers say, and we will see you in the next video. Latest, players!